What are City's best two central defenders?
For me, right now, I think he's going to play Ruben Diaz and Aymeric Laporte. I think that's his centre-back.
Well, it depends. It depends if Laporte stays fit throughout the season.
So he spent 14 million,
because he's now
best part of, on Aki to play him where?
No. Aki's going to start. Aki's going to start regardless. I think regardless. Yeah. If Laporte is fit, and of course his pairing will be Laporte with Diaz. His ultimate pairing, and will be Nathan Ake on the left because he's more of a steady option than Mendy.
That's not where he's played
he plays
the majority of his career.
Majority of his career, not. But he plays for the national team, plays left back, so he can still play there. And the way how Guardiola plays, he doesn't really play a 4-3-3 anymore. Today as well, if you see his setup, it was more as a 3-4-3 or a 3-5-2.
You know what so. You know the opinion I got today, Nigel? I might be way offline here and totally. I got the impression it was two people who know each other really well, who are what you would call students of the game, of the beautiful game and how it should be played, and tried to outthink each other by the way they were playing.
The master and the apprentice.
Do you know what I'm saying? It was all about tactics and not about players.
It was a chess match. It was a chess
like
game,
a chess
right?
match.
It was just a chess match.
But you think after £400 million spend, Guardiola has at last found two centre-backs that he will start with regularly?
Well, I think up until Company left,
and that doesn't include John Stones, 50 mil from Everton?
No,
I don't think so. I don't think so. And you see, most of the times he plays Walker, who's a right back. He plays as a centre back because obvious, like he doesn't have the personnel right now that he really wants them to play, like Laporte, for example. But I mean, with that money spent, you would say what we said also many times before. You would have to have a solid defense, and he got the players to do it. But what Andy has said as well, I think everybody needs to be fit. Yeah. Everybody needs to be in rhythm for them to really, really be a contender for the title and to really have a way forward to see as a big threat.
I'm slightly confused by that, Nigel. What do you mean everybody? This is a team. This is the richest club in the world. Surely everybody that's at the club is good enough to sustain or at least mount and then sustain a title challenge. Surely.
Of course. But look at the bench. They have like 4 youngsters on there. So in order to be a title contender, you need at least a bench with 6, 7 superstars.
Oh, you need to get very lucky with it.
And you got to be and you got to have.
I know what you say. Listen, as a group go in Manchester City, if you look at them, what I'm saying is, they need people fit. You cannot go into a season for any length of time without your two front men. Now, Aguero, I don't know how long he's going to take. He's not kicked the ball in anger for a few months now, right?
Can I stop you there and say?
But then if his substitute or the guy you're going to rely on, who's another international, Gabriel Jesus, you lose him as well. You're either looking at a young kid coming in from Delap, coming in from the youth team. Right? Or you're fiddling about either playing Raheem as a number 9 or Mahrez as a number. Why? They don't have another one.
Well, why? You've spent 400 mil on centre-backs largely and 2 goalkeepers. Why are you that short at the top end of the pitch? Why?
Well, I don't know. I don't know because, right, if I'm a number 9 somewhere abroad and I'm a decent player and Pep Guardiola comes to me and says, I want to sign you, and I'm playing for a club and I'm playing at a good level, and he says to me, but you're going to be behind Sergio Aguero and Gabriel Jesus. I ain't going.
Well, Nathan Ake's just done that.
No, Nathan Ake's probably told he'll be playing at left back.
No, but the way how he's...
Nathan Ake
I don't understand. Mancini had a better squad. Mancini had more options.
He had loads of options. I mean,
why has Guardiola not?
He brought in 4 strikers. He got a great squad.
He brought in 4 strikers.
He got Zeko, Balotelli, Tevez, Aguero.
How can you be so short?
No, but he's not short of strikers. He got strikers. He got Sergio Aguero and Gabriel Jesus. Once they're fit, they were fiddling around who's going to play, yes or no. Plus, they got white men as Mahrez, Sterling, who play in different positions. Kevin De Bruyne, don't forget, when he's fit, he can play as a false number 9.
Ferran Torres,
for his side, the way how he's
so really, we can't make any excuses for him.
No, you can make excuses for them not being sensational, Richard. You can make excuses for a performance like today.
But you were saying that he's short of players. Then when they get
short
them
of
back,
players,
my argument is, how can he be short of players?
Short of players because of the circumstances. He's not short of players. We don't say he's short of players overall. He's still got a fit. When the team is fit, he's still got 23 fantastic players.
Why hasn't he signed a new contract?
Yeah, that's another story. We're talking.
Let me ask
we're
you
talking about. We're talking
Well,
about.
what is the answer? Why has he not signed a new contract?
I think what he said as well in the beginning, he got to deserve a contract. Remember that whole discussion that we had? No.
What
But
does
the
that
whole
mean?
discussion that we had before is that means that either he's gonna win the biggest trophy in club football, that's the Champions League. Yeah.
That squad's good enough to win the Champions League?
Eventually, they have to be.
No, not eventually.
They
This
have
one.
to. No, not at the state right now. Do you think this team is now good enough to win the Champions League?
No,
at this state
I don't
right
think it's
now?
good enough to win the
Exactly.
title.
If everybody's fit, everybody's
Oh,
back.
nobody's ever. No
but-
club ever operates with everybody
I'm
fit.
just saying the first 11. If you look at
important players, Richard.
if you look at Liverpool, it's first 11. The first
You're
11.
straight off the point. Why has he not signed a new contract?
What I just said, I think they're just waiting for what is to come. The results that come in
So
the
if he
Champions
doesn't,
League.
so if he doesn't win the Champions League this year,
I don't
you think he
he's
walks
staying.
away?
I don't think he's staying. No.
No, I don't either.
So you think
I
he's
think
staying?
he's done. No, I don't. I think he's done. I think this is
So-
his last year.
so you
and
think-
if I'm the hierarchy at Manchester City, and I'm still trusting him with tens running into hundreds of millions, why would I do that if he's not going to be there?
Well,
Would I not say to him either sign or go?
Well, it depends how powerful you feel, how confident you feel in your ability as a football club to say to somebody with the reputation of Pep Guardiola.
I don't understand
Sign or
why he's
stay.
got them over a barrel, Andy. I mean,
Well,
I
I
think
think
it's
have them over a
extraordinary.
barrel, because if I had to say to you, right, Pep's gone tomorrow, how do you fill his boots?
I would go and get Simeone
Oh,
immediately.
come on.
no,
What
that's
a
not gonna-
culture shock that would be.
Well, you're only going back to the day. New Mancini. I mean,
no.
City don't have to play the way that. Have you enjoyed watching that tonight?
No, not particularly.
No, nor me.
But that's my. I'm sure there are hundreds and thousands and millions of people around the world have loved that tonight.
Well, then
Well, what is
they'd
it?
see a different game
But
to
let
me
me
because
see,
I watch for
Pep Guard-
entertainment,
if Jurgen
excitement, and
Klopp-
goals.
If Jurgen Klopp was to lose Mane and Salah, right, for any length of time,
He will lose Salah at the end of
hold
the
on, I'm talking about during the season now,
during
for
the
injury,
season. Now during the season.
right? Would they struggle to replace him?
Was Liverpool
Like for like,
struggling?
but I think they've got a squad that's going to cope with that, haven't they?
Who's
But listen, now we have to
Jota
now.
they brought in, so we don't
For
know how
example,
good he
for
is.
example,
Minamino.
but imagine Van Dijk, yeah. God forbid that it's going to be a long-term injury. But
Let's
if
hope
so, if so, we have to see how they're going to cope defensive-wise as
Yeah,
well.
but
So
Nigel, have you one of the top 6 clubs, one of the in the world, have got a manager that's refusing to sign a new contract?
Well, I
He's
don't
into
know
the
why.
last 10 months of his deal.
How long has he
How
got?
can Manchester City allow that to develop?
well, that means that there's trust. Plus the fact that they have a board that is all Spanish, so they know
he can't be
Guardiola
saying to
from
them, the terms aren't acceptable. He's the
No, it's
richest
not about
coach in
it's
the
not about
world.
it's not about the terms. At the end of the day, it's about prizes, right? It's about trophies and having trust in him to win trophies, yes or no. They could easily sack them during the
Right.
summer when he lost in the Champions League semi-final, right?
So
or the
what I-
quarter-final. So they could at least they could do that. They could sack him. No, they hang on to him, right, for another year. As a club, you need to have trust in a coach to do that in order to say like, okay, you're going in your last year. We give you the confidence and the trust. You have here a blank check.
Do you know the
Buy
trust-
some players.
Yeah.
What you think they're good enough
The
to
trust
win the
I want
Champions
is
League.
if you're
So it's
committing
all
to
a trust
players
factor.
and the future of the club, sign a deal because we all want to know what's happening.
Okay, but
That's the
maybe-
trust I need.
I think that's fair, because you go into a coach goes into a season in the summer and hates going into it with one of his top players going into the last year of his contract.
Absolutely.
It never happens, does it really? They
As
try
a-
to avoid it. Happens unless that player wants to leave.
Absolutely.
Or
They sign a contract.
they'll
Or
sell
you
him
have
in
to be a
January.
legend of the club, like for a long
Yeah, you have to be
amount
coming
of
to the end
players
of your
and just
career.
come to the end of
What
your
we're saying
career.
is, and
Yes.
Richard's point is, and this is, I've been sitting here quite thinking about why would he be doing this? Why would you want him to sign? Well, he's going to go to somebody like at Raheem Sterling, and is he going to let Raheem Sterling go into the last year of his contract and say, that's okay, Raheem, we're happy to take a chance that in 6 months from now, in January, you can sign a pre-contract with Real Madrid or Barcelona for whatever you like. They're not.
Of course not.
They're not. So I think it's then fair for the club to say to Pep, listen, you've got 10 months left. We need to plan. And it's all right you saying, I'm staying, and maybe he will honour that. But if you are, sign a deal.
Yeah, correct.
Sign a deal.
And if you're not, then we have
tell
to
us.
make plans.
We can make plans.
And there's no point going out and pretending I need to earn it.
Do you think he's going regardless?
I think he's gone.
Regardless.
I think he's going at the end of the year.
And you think he's gone if he doesn't win the Champions League, Nigel?
I think so. I think so. Yeah. I think when he doesn't win the Champions League and it's not I mean, he did everything domestic wise. I think the biggest one that he won this year, I think, is the Champions League. And if he doesn't win that, I think at the end of the day he will be the first one to say, because that's also a thing. It's also an ego thing.
That's very much an ego thing
as well. What he did with Barcelona as well, when he said, "I'm going to go in a sabbatical year." Remember, he's going to sit it out and just say, like, "Listen up, I have an offer on the table from City. If I don't win it, I will take a leave or go to whatever club."
I think that's outrageous.
It is outrageous.
I don't think he should be in a position whereby he can say that to the football club.
But why not? Why not? Did he not do well enough for
the very
City?
reasons I've said. You want the players signed. You want a commitment. You want to know the future of the football club and the direction in which you're travelling. And the key element of that is said, well, I'll let you know. I mean, I've got to earn it. What?
No, it's a strange one for me. I have to admit, it's a strange one.
And if I'm wrong, Guardiola, sign a deal and prove me wrong.
Yeah, I mean, I see where you come from. I understand your point of view, definitely. But I think he did well enough for City perspective in the years that he was there, with the domestic treble, the trust that he had in the players, and of course, missing out on the Champions League. I understand that.
Just remind me what he won that hadn't previously been won.
Domestic-wise?
Yeah.
He did it. I mean, it all been.
Nothing.
We all won it. Yeah.
Nothing.
But he won the treble, domestic treble.
Oh, well.
Okay, yeah.
God, it's quite an achievement.
Of
It's
course
achievement.
It is.
It is an
It's a wonderful
achievement.
achievement. But
is an achievement.
He has won nothing that Manchester City hadn't
No,
previously
but you
won.
could
and his
level-
single
you could
job was
level that to
Champions
any,
League.
You could level that to any coach and a big club.
Exactly.
No, not with the resources he's had, Andy.
Yeah, but well, you could level it. Any coach that goes into Barcelona, or
He
if
went to-
Koeman goes into Barcelona now, he's not going to win anything
I've
that they
said
haven't
before,
already
he went
won.
to Munich with one job, win the Champions
I
League,
get
failed.
that. Listen, I understand. You're 100% right. He has this, and whether he likes it or not, he has this that for 10 years, since he left Messi, he's not been able to get a team over the line in the Champions League.
I'd love to know what he spent, by the way, in that time.
What? In Barcelona?
Everywhere.
Since
No.
Barcelona, at Munich and
Munich
now.
and City.
Wow.
It's been a lot. But if you look at his resume, he got a lot of trophies.
But-
Apart from the
But if you've got the best
Champions.
players in every
I know,
league in which
I
you
know,
work,
but he's not
you
the only-
should win domestic trophies.
But he's not the only. Is he the only one? Is he the only club coach in the world that spends over 400 million? Yeah.
400 million. Sorry, that's on
A
centre back.
year. What is it? Well,
He
400 million centre backs. Yeah. Okay. Is he the only coach in the world that does that, or is there probably other coaches as well at different clubs?
Can't think of any.
We're talking about Liverpool. We're talking about Madrid. We're talking
No,
about
they don't spend
Barcelona.
400 million.
No, that's
Not
on centre
anymore.
backs. Come on.
Not anymore.
Chelsea, another one.
Chelsea haven't spent for 2 years. They've
Yeah,
spent
okay.
a lot of money in the summer, but they've been
But
banned
over
for
the
2
years,
windows.
we're talking about the years,
Yeah,
right?
over the
years.
years.
So I mean, of course, you got to give him credit. At the end of the day, you know, he's Guardiola for who he is, and of course, with his name comes success, and he won a lot of trophies. But what I try to say, what your point was, at the end of the day, is he going to continue at City, for next year, if he doesn't win the Champions League, yes or no? So your question, your answer to that is, you say no. I think, with all due respect, I think if he wins the Champions League, I think there's a deal for him on the table.
Well,
I think
that's a weight, though, isn't it? That's a weight.
it is a weight. Yes, it's a risk. It is a risk, but him.
What if we've got a minute for this? What if the Guardiola has had these how many years? How many years? 4 years now.
4 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
4 years. So it's a
4
fair
years.
stage. So this will be fifth attempt at the Champions League.
He came in the
What
same
if-
same era as
what if-
Klopp. Yeah.
He's done his Spain. He's had a go at the Bundesliga with Gem. He knows that. He's come to England and taken City on again.
No, he
I
hasn't.
Think, I think he has. He won the treble. He won a domestic treble. He won 100 points that no one ever
The
won
man
before.
that made the biggest
He's
impact
created-
on
he
Manchester
made
City was
records.
Roberto Mancini, that
Yeah.
turned them from a team that came second every year into winners. He had more of an impact on City than Guardiola. Jurgen Klopp has had more of an impact on Liverpool than Guardiola has City. He's taken them from ordinary. He's taken them from where Rodgers left them and won the Champions League, been in
Yes.
2 finals,
Yes.
and their first Premier League in 30 years.
Yeah.
That is a massive impact on a
is-
football club.
Yes, so is what he's
Guardiola's
done at
kept
City.
winning everything that Mancini started winning.
No,
He won-
no
Mancini laid the foundation. We're not going to say that he didn't lay the foundation.
Yeah, but the
you got to
foundation's-
you got to
you know
continue.
well. You know well at
I
City.
was there. I was there with the
Klopp
foundation.
done more for Liverpool
I was
than
there.
Bill Shankly.
No, but I think in modern day, the impact that Klopp has had on Liverpool is far greater than the impact Guardiola has had on City.
Well, I think
far greater.
He had to take Liverpool further.
Yes, but he
Than
has
Moyes.
done.
No,
But
he had to.
all Guardiola had to do was put the icing on the cake, win
Yes.
the Champions League.
Yeah.
Hasn't it?
Oh, that sounds easy, though, win the Champions League.
But that was the job.
I know, but it sounds easy. But it's not easy.
It doesn't sound... Andy, it's got to be easy when you've had 1,000 million.
It's not easy, Richard.
Okay, let me ask you this question. Well, any other coach who had the position at Guardiola at City with that amount to spend do better than Guardiola?
I think if you'd kept Mancini, I think you'd have won the Champions League by now. I think he's a winner. And you know that.
Well, what's he done since?
Arrogant. Well, he's not had the same tools.
Oh, come on then. If he was that brilliant, where is he?
He's not had the same tools.
Where is he?
We had this. He had. You
He bought company.
You kept telling
he
us.
bought Yaya. He bought Aguero.
But listen.
He bought Silva.
Listen, you keep telling us Mancini had a better team, right, than Guardiola.
No, I said he made Mancini got City over the line. And,
Yes,
and
to make
since
them winners, to make them
1968,
winners.
when they last won the title,
To make them
they got
winners.
nowhere near the line.
To make them winners.
Yes.
And overall, position by position, we had better players, right? So why didn't Mancini, in the time that he had, because we were in the Champions League,
'Cause you
he
boys
had the
down-
amount.
You-
He had the amount to
You
spend
down
money to
tools and
spend.
played him out.
Oh, so now it's our mistakes. But listen, characters
Sorry,
in a
do you
dressing room.
deny the allegation?
No, I'm not. I'm
No,
denying.
thank
I'm
you.
I'm denying it partly. Yes, of course, because in every when two dogs fight, there's always like a
Always.
little of guilt on both sides. I understand that. But what I try to say is that the amount of money that Mancini could have spent was exactly the same money that
Yes, but in
Guardiola
those
would have
days,
spent.
there's a culture of adaptation. In those days, Manchester City were not regulars in the Champions League. They were learning about the Champions League. It was a process. Now they're Champions League veterans almost. They should be at the stage whereby they have won the Champions League under Guardiola. In my view, he's failed if he doesn't.
Fergie failed, Man United.
No, he didn't win it enough. Fergie would
Fergie
say
failed.
that to you. Fergie went to 3 finals, won it
Fergie
twice,
failed.
should have won more.
Fergie failed.
Well, no, because he
In a span of 28
Well,
years.
yeah,
In a
he
span
should
of
have won more.
28 years.
Yeah, but take
He
6
won
off because
one.
he
He only got to
he didn't
3
win
finals.
anything for 6 years. Never
But
forget
he only
that.
got to 3 finals.
Of course, but that's
But
what
in
I'm
a
trying to say.
when there was better. See, Mancini operated in an era when there was more competition, better competition in the Premier League. There's no competition. There was no competition. There was only Liverpool chasing Manchester City.
When?
When City won it, when Company's goal screams in the top corner, they weren't. Arsenal were weaker. United were weaker.
Well, that's because the other two were so much stronger.
Spurs were weaker. Yeah, but there was the collective around the teams that Mancini was playing against were far stronger. Arsenal were better. Spurs were better. United were better. Liverpool were on the fringes. The competition in that period of time was far better than it is in Guardiola's era.
Well, that's an
He's
opinion.
only had to beat Liverpool.
Only.
Only.
Yes, but
You
not
say-
not
you
with
say-
4
you
other
said to be
clubs, Andy.
18
You
other
think
teams,
the
Richard,
Premier? You're
and not
talking like the
compete
Premier
against
League
them.
is like a Mickey Mouse
No,
League, a
I'm not
Farmers
saying
League.
that. I'm saying
Because
do you think the competition that you had to win the title amongst was far greater than that which City has faced since?
I don't think so. I don't think so. I think every year to win the Premier League, it takes a lot to win the Premier League.
With no
Even though when
Manchester
you do it with how Guardiola did it with 100 points, yeah, and Liverpool being second and winning almost every game and achieve that is just a great achievement. Or that we did it in 2011, 2012 with most teams being stronger than Guardiola's era. It doesn't matter. Premier League, to win the Premier League, it takes a lot of energy, a lot of commitment, and a lot of dedication. So you can't say like, okay, because Guardiola was only up against Liverpool, that made it easier for him to win the Premier League. Every game is difficult in the Premier League, regardless from where you're going. If you go Stoke
but you
away,
know full well-
or you play
work
in
on
at
that
home.
premise,
You know
then,
full well that you're going to have quieter afternoons against the teams that are not as competitive as they once were, and Manchester United being one of them. You're gonna have more days when you can make more changes and have more rest.
So in the '99 season and the '98 and the 2000 season, when Arsenal and United were up there, right? You're saying that the Premier League was easy.
No. I'm not.
They
see,
were winning by
I
20
never said
points
it was
at the
easy.
end of the.
I never said it was easy. I said the competition around and about the winners was not as tough. And I don't think.
So in
you
that
can
era,
argue
that was not tough. In that era, was not tough to win
No,
the
he's
Premier
saying
League.
this year was not as tough.
No, and not as tough. I'm just saying, not as tough. But you remember when United won the treble? They won it by 20
You sound like
points
a
with
bad
number
journalist
3.
now,
Number
putting
30.
words in my mouth.
I'm just
easy. I never said that.
No, I'm just saying, like, to win the Premier League, it takes a lot.
Of course.
What he did for this club, was a big achievement.
Massive.
Guardiola, when he stepped in, he changed the culture, he changed the way how they've been playing, and sometimes you can like it or dislike it. That is a different opinion. That's your own opinion.
What culture did he change?
He changed the way how they've been thinking about football. We never played like this under Mancini.
No, I'd rather watch Mancini's teams.
But did we have boring games sometimes? Yes. Did we won by 100 points? No. Did we score 100 goals a season? No. But we won 1-0, 2-0, 2-1.
No,
but we won at the end of the day.
The year that you were winning you were top scorers in that year. Each of those years, Manchester City was scoring. You went to City. You went to United and won by 6.
We had different games also that we had to scramble for wins.
Of course.
That is
You
normal.
said United weren't easy to beat in those days.
We had to scramble.
That was an exception.
We could go on you for hours.
You can go on for hours, yeah. But
There's another game coming on.
Are you agreed? Yeah, are you agree that he did a good job with City over the span that he's been here for 4 years? Yes or no?
No, I don't think he's done
And that's
anything
only because
more.
it is only because he didn't win the Champions League.
That's the only job he was brought in to do.
Okay, who said that? So when he would lose the domestic trophies, right, and only win the Champions League and end up in the
He's
Premier
only
League
replicated
every year,
winning the same trophies that Mancini and his successor with the team that Mancini built.
I don't think Guardiola would be there if he would end up in the Premier League on the 6th or the 7th
I think
position
Guardiola gets
every
far
time.
too easy a ride and is never put in a
that's
position
that's a
whereby he's
different
asked
argument.
proper questions. Why have you not signed a new contract? Why?
Yeah, I think what I said. I think they're
We'll
just
get
waiting.
Matt Critchley to ask him next week.
Yeah, I think he have the benefit of the doubt from the board. I think
we'll have
his
the benefit of
relationship.
the doubt from the board and the fans.
I think he still have the confidence and the trust of the board to sit that contract out. Otherwise, he would not be here. Otherwise, the board would say in the summer already.
Do you think
know what? You lost out on the Champions League.
Do you think
this
if his
year.
best 2 Spanish mates weren't running the club, anybody else would accept the decision he's made?
That's one reason why he might not need to sign a contract. He may have said to Serrano and Bergeristan, listen, I don't need to sign a contract. I'll sign it at the end of the season when all done and dusted. He might say that. And if they've said, yeah, we're okay, we know you well enough to do that, so we trust you that's going to happen.
You don't know
that might have happened. I don't know, Richard. But if it hasn't, then it's strange that he hasn't signed a new contract.
You don't know what happened after behind the scenes. You don't know what's been said after the scenes.
Not interested in what happens behind the scenes.
So
I'm interested front of house. I'm a Manchester City fan. I want to know what the future of the club is. Are you staying Guardiola or not?
The future of the
They just want Guardiola to stay.
The future of
Of
the
course. So sign the deal.
The future of the club is solid. Don't get me wrong. The future of the club is solid. The way how they've been playing, the way how they've been spending.
That's what they said when Sir
it's
Alex
solid.
Ferguson resigned.
The future of the club is solid.
Manchester United were insistent the future of their club was
So
solid.
what you're saying?
We knew better. You said they needed 8 players.
That's what I said.
So you're
what
saying
they
that
believed
Guardiola
was an
is
entirely different thing. That's what they thought was an entirely different thing.
Yeah.
We've got the chosen one.
So you're saying like because they said the same thing at United, you're still saying Guardiola needs to stay.
Is this City team better than the one that we saw last year?
No,
When everybody's fit?
No, at the moment not.
No.
At the moment,
And they didn't win
not.
the title last year.
Is it better than the one we saw last year?
Yeah.
Well, we don't know yet.
Well,
still
We haven't
early.
seen it play yet.
The best team. Was this the best team that
No,
you
this
see now
wasn't the
today?
best team. No, we haven't seen the best team play yet.
Because of the players that still are missing.
there's one major miss, even when everybody's fit.
Who?
Silva. Oh, but he didn't play too many games. No, he only played the important games. Same as Vincent Kompany in
We
his
can say
last
the
season.
same about this is what I'm about to say. We can say about company, but we can always track back to players who were important.
Anyway, and they
important
said,
to the club.
well, we're struggling to
hard.
find something to talk about. Well, I don't think we did.